Welcome to Lasting Spirit Traveler. Today we're going to talk about flute ceremony. What am I talking about? Well, you can make a flute out of a router. Split this, use a router, make a flute. They make wonderful flutes. They're awesome. But what about a natural flute? You happen to be walking along one day, doing a hike, going fishing, whatever, and you see a stick laying there that says, I want to be a flute. Well, part of the ceremony is kick the wood, be thankful when you pick it up, make sure it's longer than what you need. Now you have to be able to see the flute in it. This is an example of what a flute can be. They're wonderful. But part of making a natural flute is finding the wood. This piece was about this long when I picked it up. And I studied the flute, and the flute will tell you what part of it wants to be the flute. This is a piece of cottonwood, wonderful flute making material. But part of the ceremony when you make a natural flute, do not ever use a saw to split it. It's not right. Part of the ceremony of making a flute is using a good, thin, stout knife. And after studying this flute, I figured out how to split it. You want to look at the grain, look at the knots. But a big part of making the flute is ceremony. I don't use a hammer, I use a piece of wood. You can hear it like a drum, the ceremony. And as you're splitting it, you can see how the wood is splitting. You just want to let it go. Be easy and gentle. Don't force it. Let the wood split as you go. Be gentle, don't force it. Occasionally, let the wood rest. As you hear the wood splitting, stop, let it rest, then continue the ceremony. As you start coming up to a knot, take a break, look at the split. As you start coming up to the end, the wood has a tendency to want to split real fast. Take your time, slow down, continue the ceremony. Every now and then you might have to stop. You can kind of see how that split is coming up to the knot. It's going to want to go through the knot. This is a point in time in ceremony. You need to go slow, keep the ceremony going, but relax. You can kind of see how we're coming up to the knot. Our split's got a little bit of a spiral in it, but not bad. We chose a good spot to split it. Now you can kind of see how the wood has a little bit of a spiral in it. We split right through the knot. Looks good. Now when we do the rest of the flute and go to put it back together, we won't have any of the wood missing, leaving a noticeable gap in the wood. Once again, there's a little bit of a spiral in it, but that's not bad. We're dealing with a wonderful tree that was growing and twisting as it grew. We chose a good spot to split it in. So now we're just going to wrap it with some electrical tape. And I always turn the sticky side out so we don't have a tendency to grab any of the wood when we take it off. Now this piece of wood was growing for 10 years. I've had it drying out for another 5 years. So it's 15 years, grew for 10, I've had it for 5. Wonderful piece of wood. There's another one. You can kind of see how I split it, and it has a little bit of a twist to it. But you want to keep some tape around it, that way as it continues to dry even more, it won't continue to warp. So I've got two more wonderful flutes I'm going to make. You can kind of see how this other one's kind of long, but I'm going to figure out where I want the flute in it over time. It's always good to keep it a little bit longer than what you want it, because as we start making the flute, we'll decide what part is going to become the flute. And you'll end up with a wonderful natural flute. Thanks for joining me here on Lost in Spirit Traveler, talking a little bit about the ceremony of a natural flute, on how to split it. You can kind of see this one was split and it looks great. Thanks. Please tell your friends, like, share, and subscribe. Got more awesome flute videos coming your way.